What is up, YouTube? We are back with another deck profile, and this time we got a new deck that I'm actually really enjoying. We have Palkia VSTAR. Let's get right on into it. So we're going to start off the deck profile with 3 copies of Palkia VSTAR. This is the main attacker, Subspace Swell, does 60 damage, plus 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It's kind of like Suicune V. It also has this V-Star power, Star Portal. During your turn, you may attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to your water Pokemon in any way you like. This allows us to get our attackers up and running without having to rely on cards like Melanie. It's also good because we can pair it up with another card, Origin Form Palkia V. Sometimes if your opponent's struggling, you can Star Portal after you wait a turn to evolve, obviously, into Hydro Break that does 200 plus Choice Belt is 230. That knocks out most basic V's, so that's a really good donk potential. As well as if your opponent's playing stuff like Miltank, you can use cards like Inteleon Shady Dealings. Power it up with Star Portal because the Aqua Bullet attack does 120 and that goes through Miltanks. So you can knock out Miltanks, set up 20 damage on their bench on a bench Miltank, and you can reuse this because we play 2. We also play Scoop Up Net. And Inteleon is our support Pokemon for this list. We also play 3 Drizzile, obviously. Baby Shady Dealings finds our cards, our trainer cards when we need them. Very good card. We also play 4 copies of Sobble. We do play the Rapid Strike Sobble. There's honestly no reason not to play the Rapid Strike Sobble. We're also playing Radiant Greninja with the Concealed Cards ability. You must discard an energy card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw cards. You may draw 2 cards. Very good. You can reset this with Scoop Up Net. It also has the Moonlight Shuriken attack for 2 water, 1 colorless. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Very good at knocking out your opponent's Sobbles and Drizziles. And we play 1 copy of Manaphy just so we can protect ourselves from opposing Moonlight Shurikens, as well as just bench damage from stuff like Jolteon VMAX and Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. We're also playing 2 stadiums, 1 training court, 1 Path of the Peak. We play the 1 Path of the Peak just so we can Roxanne Path opposing decks, because it does turn off stuff like Radiant Greninja, as well as it really messes up Mew players. That's our main strategy against Mew players, is to Roxanne Path them and then take the game after that. We are playing 4 copies of Irida. Irida is one of the best cards to play in this deck. It's a new card from Astral Radiance. The effect is, search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card, reveal it, and then put them into your hand. Really good because you can search out water Pokemon, so Drizzile, Inteleon, or you can search out you can search out Palkia, and then the item card can be a Level Ball or Incense to get Drizzile or Inteleon. Very good card. I am playing 4 as I find this is the ideal supporter just because we can power up our Pokemon with Star Portal. We're also playing 2 copies of Boss's Orders, basic supporter. Switch one of your opponent's bench with their active. Very good card. We usually don't need more than 2 bosses per game. We have 2 copies of Melanie. Attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon V. If you do, draw 3 cards. Very good when you pair it up with Radiant Greninja with the Concealed Cards ability. You also have Quick Ball to get rid of water energies. And this is really good late game when you just need to power up a Palkia in 1 turn. We're also playing 1 copy of Roxanne. You can only play this card if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. Then you draw 6 cards and your opponent draws 2. Very good when paired up with Path of the Peak. We are playing 1 copy of Professor's Research. Sometimes in the early stages of the game, you have a small hand and you can afford to research, or your hand's dead and you just need to draw cards. Research is good. That's why we only play 1, because you don't want to see it later on. And then we were also playing 1 copy of Raihan. You can only play this card if one of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. If you do, search your deck for a card, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Very good. We're playing this over a 3rd Melanie, so we can attach to our Radiant Greninja, but most importantly our Shady Dealings and Inteleon, so we can swing with that, because Shady Dealings and Inteleon is actually a really good attacker. For items, we're starting off with 4 Quick Ball. Discard a card from your hand, search for a basic Pokemon. Basic card helps us get water energy in the discard for Melanie, Raihan, and Star Portal, as well as fill up our bench. We also play 4 copies of Level Ball as well. Gets us our Manaphy's, Sobbles, and Drizzles. Very good card. And to round off our Pokemon search, we're playing 4 copies of Evolution Incense. Gets us Drizzle, Palkia VSTAR, and Inteleon. Very good card. We play 2 copies of Choice Belt just so we can hit more damage with Subspace Swell. Very good card. I don't think you need 3. 2 is a good number because you can just use it on 2 Palkies, and then depending on your opponent's board state, you can use Moonlight Shuriken to take another 2 prizes on some low HP Pokemon. We are playing 2 copies of Scoop Up Net. I would like to play a 3rd, but I don't think there's room in the list currently for a 3rd one. Very good card. Allows us to reset our Drizzles and Teleons as well as our Radiant Greninjas, so we can use the ability again. Pretty good card. We are playing 2 copies of Capacious Bucket. Search your deck for up to 2 water energy cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Very good card. Allows us to search out our water energy, which that's all we play. As well, it's just an upgrade from Energy Switch. While other decks, like let's say Origin Form Dialga V-Star, might have to play Energy Switch to search out energies. They only get 1 off that. We get 2 because we have Capacious Bucket. And then we play some 1-ofs. We were playing 1 copy of Battle VIP Pass. Very good if you're going first, because that's the only time you can play it. But if you're going second on your first turn, you can Irida for a Battle VIP Pass to just beef up your board state. We are playing 1 copy of Palpai. Now this is a card you can cut. Basically, I like it to get back Raihans and Roxanne's, as well as if we have to discard any useful supporters early on in the game with Quick Ball or a Professor's Research, this allows us to get them back. And then as well, I'm playing 1 copy of Ordinary Rod. It gets back Pokemon and basic energies, mainly the Pokemon, because we want to get back our Shady Dealings and Teleon, so we can just go through as many Miltanks as possible, so we don't lose the game. And then finally, we are playing 8 copies of basic water energy. I like the 8. I find it's an even number. Some people have played 7. I think 7's okay, but for me personally, I just like 8. It's an even number, and I just prefer to play energy counts in even numbers. It just helps out later on in the game, just remembering how many energies are there, how many are left. Plus, Capacious Bucket searches out 2, so we can search out basically half our energy count with Capacious Bucket, which is pretty good. Plus, I've never had to run into energy issues playing the full 8. I like the 8. If you play 7, I think that's perfectly fine as well. And that would be the list. What do you guys think of it? Do you guys think Palkia is better than Mew? Because some people are saying that. I personally still think Mew is in an amazing spot. I still think it's the best deck in format. I just think the players who are playing it aren't playing it well enough. Let me know what deck profile you want to see me do next week. I might do a Dialga or an Arceus V-Star deck profile. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.